Welcome, one and all, in here, out there, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Hey, how was your weekend? Good? Great. Small talk over. Let's talk about Epstein. Okay. Last week, Democrats in Congress released a handful of salacious emails about Trump from a trove of documents provided by the Epstein estate, including one in which Epstein says that Trump, quote, knew about the girls. That prompted Republicans to accuse Democrats of cherry picking. Let's pause there for a second. Guys, I'm going to say for this one, maybe go with a different fruit. That's just my advice. This is for you. Now, so, to prove the Democrats were, let's say, pineapple choosing, House Republicans released 20,000 plus pages of other Epstein documents. They did it to show that they were way more transparent than the Democrats, who they say released just enough to make Trump look bad. And they were right, because the Republicans' additional release of documents made him look awful. For instance, okay, just for starters, in this new batch, Trump's name appeared over 1,600 times. Wow, 16, that's a big number. What numbers are less than that?
900, 600, 500, 1,200.
That checks out. Now, these are not casual mentions either. In one email, Epstein wrote, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body." Whoa. It's got to hurt when Jeffrey Epstein calls you a bad guy. That's like hold. That's like an airport muffin accusing you of being dry. Now, it's possible that this big trove of emails the Republicans dumped out there were supposed to be sort of a flooding of the zone and to muddy the waters and make the story confusing and take it off the front page. But this weekend, one of those emails captured the nation's hearts and minds. It was, you know what it is, I can tell. It was from Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark, who emailed Jeff in 2018 telling him to ask Jeff's friend, Steve Bannon, quote, if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Okay. Okay. I don't want to talk about this. I mean, I try to be a good person. You know, I taught Sunday school. We have standards at The Late Show, but we also have a self-imposed mandate to talk a lot about what a lot of people are talking about. And for the past few days, a lot of people have been talking about this email. First of all, who is this lucky Bubba? Well, lots of folks pointed out that Bubba is a nickname for former President Bill Clinton. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Ready? Nope. Not enough. More. Well, the Ed Sullivan Theater. I've always wanted to come in here. But our hot president-on-president fun was short-lived because Mark Epstein released a statement saying this email was, quote, part of a humorous private exchange between two brothers, and any attempt to conflate that reference with President Clinton misrepresents both the purpose and the tone of the original correspondence. Boo! Boo, Mark! Let us have a silly one. I mean, we were off the air when this story broke, and I never even got to do jokes like, now we know how Trump got a taste for politics. And this means the president's recent legislation is technically Trump's second big, beautiful bill. Okay. I told you. Okay, we've had our fun, haha. But the truth is important. It was not Bill Clinton. So next, the folks on the internet started claiming Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. Check the batteries. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. So intrepid reporters reached out to Epstein's brother, whose spokesperson said the 2018 message was not about a horse. That's actually too bad. It could have been Trump's most stable relationship. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, again, none of this is true, I'm being told. But I'm going to go ahead and say that if people have to deny that you went, shall we say, Churchill Downs on a horse, you've already lost. I don't know what you've lost, but it's gone forever. And keep in mind, these emails weren't even the ones we're waiting for. They were, again, released by Epstein's estate. The Justice Department still won't release their Epstein files, but that might be about to change because last week, Arizona Representative Adelita Grijalva was finally sworn in, and as promised, she became the final signature needed on the discharge petition, which could force the release of the Epstein files. So when this happened, Trump began, and I don't want to get bogged down in psychological jargon here, freaking out and pressuring other House Republicans who had signed the petition to withdraw. It got so serious that top Justice Department officials summoned Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert to a meeting in the White House Situation Room. Yes. So named after the little-known founding father from New Jersey, Mike the Situation Sorrentino. Wow. Yeah. He's in that new Ken Burns documentary. Now, Boebert, stuck to her guns, so Trump tried intimidating other anti-pedophile Republicans. On Saturday, he posted, lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party. Doesn't count as an insult if you have to add a footnote. Listen up, your mama is so fat that when I say she sits around the house, what I mean is she takes up the entire cubic volume of a standard American home. I'm talking 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, Zestimate of $400,000. Your mom is a chunko is the gist of my insults. When intimidating MAGA failed, Trump tried another desperate ploy, posting, I'll be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan, Chase, and many other people and institutions. J.P. Morgan and Chase. Wow. He's telling the United States Attorney General to investigate his political opponents. For Bill Clinton, that's got to come as a real blow.
Hey, great joke, Stephen.
Hi. Thanks, sex-positive stallion. So Trump did everything he could to quash the vote on the files and distract from him, but none of it worked. In fact, here's Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie yesterday talking about GOP support for the bill.
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more.
Fun fact, deluge of Republicans, also the name of America's most boring water park. Okay, so sounds like a bunch of Republicans are going to vote for this bill to release the Epstein files. And after it was obvious he was going to lose, Trump posted, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. I don't care. All I do care about is that Republicans get back on point. Ironically, if he really wants Republicans to get back on point, And if he really has nothing to hide, Trump, as president, can order the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files without congressional authorization anytime he wants. Yes, if he wants, Trump can provide the full release, something he did not provide a horse. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Julia Roberts,